horizon, the charts are bold. Daily bands rapping stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with a rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Riding with a rocket scooter AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with their AI, up we go reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts, midnight glory. Sanctuary in awe, it's blending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, guys? We're back. The market's deciding to be fun now. What do you got going on here? I'm glad I closed that trade out a second ago. What's up, you guys? All right. Only get my, see what we got all going on over here. All right. What's up, guys? All right. A little bouncy bounce there, a little flush. Well, today we might close like right around this yesterday's close, but I think we continue to pick up and rally from here. Half gap less than 0. We tapped half gap, pull right back down to here. Doesn't look like we're getting much on the front possible rally here. Let me tell you guys. Oh, I haven't even shared my. You know, I'm only trading them, and these right here. I'm sort of like all over the place today. Trying to work on my accounts are kind of like hit or miss. I'm only trading in really 4 of these accounts. I didn't really have any good evidence on. Hold on, let me get this right here. So I'm like red, green, red, green. It's like Christmas today. I'm trying to work on this one right here. This is the one on the screen. So I'm trying to get that one up. I'm waiting for a good opportunity though. I grabbed 4 accounts, and then basically once like they all made money, I was up about 6K. And then once I tried to tap again and then they started losing, I was like, okay, let me sit out and wait for the rest of them to get better. Is this sit out space? Yeah, kind of sit out. We're not getting resilience moving pretty much. It's actually the last time we bounced here, it was -15, and now we're bouncing here again, and it's at -15. So what I like to see is I like to see resilience indicator get slightly better each time we bounce on a support. We're not really getting resilience getting better as we're bouncing on a support, but still, I might actually want to try to get a play just in case the stocks turn up for the rest of the day. Actually, let me see. Do I want to do... Yeah, let me do this, Dom. Yeah, this is the one I want to do. Okay. So this is going to be the one that's down 1,300 bucks. And then I have the one that's down 290 that I need to work on and get them positive. So hit or miss. The one on my funded brought this up. This one was down about 800 bucks, give or take. And then that run to half gap brought me closer to being down 300. And now I'm just going to try to work my way back up. Was I right about the dip below? Yeah, right. We're at hedge pressure and MHPV on the screen. They're down here at the bottom. They're kind of off the charts. So let's get going. Let's see if, like I said, I don't know if we get the rally we want today, but I'd like to see the stocks pick up some momentum here. That'd be kind of nice. I could take a potential long off of gap fill, but I don't have evidence that we do rally from here. Let me see if I get a little bit more pressure to the downside. It kind of looks bullish now, but we don't have pressure to get it going. I want to see the stock starting to pick up some steam here. Been watching some of the ones that are kind of falling at support, like Microsoft did hit its support and is holding. If it keeps pressing lower, though, we can keep selling. I don't think we're going to sell off and crash. I just don't think we rally. I think we just probably close low today. But maybe we might get lucky. We'll see. Res is negative, yeah. But The index can move first, but I'm waiting to see if resilience gets better down here at the bottom. So as each bounce right here, it was minus 15, and then now it's minus 14. So it's not really changing much. Nasdaq right here was minus 14, and now it's minus 12. So it's not getting better. That's why I'm not entering yet. I want to see some movement in the stocks first. Say we're both with the screen line. Maybe some people heads up for tomorrow. Also, I think it's just psychological selling. Normally when you break all-time highs, you just get a little bit of selling. That is absolutely natural. I don't think that we crashed today. I think that the market likely closes like we had this big green day, and a big green day. I think that today ends up being like this. I really do. I don't think it turns red. I think we just have that kind of like, see, the stocks are sort of holding the fort, which I actually might want to just, for funsies, grab along for shits and giggles in a little bit. I don't think we'll be crashing out today. But if we did fall off the cliff here, we can just try to grab one here. Again, resilience is not the greatest, but I'm just scalping with one just to bet that we don't sell off today. Greater market's still very bullish. Microstop is at a support, you know. Everything's kind of all right. So you can turn this account positive. I think the day candle ends up closing flat and low. I don't think we get any momentum from here, but I don't think we sell off either. Resilience is negative, so I am gonna still try to stay scalpy towards half gap to see if res gets better. Same bet I was making earlier, which is to try to take a long attempt at a pivot. Confluence is low, so position size is low. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's the blue and orange line underneath resilience? So they're tiebreakers at different places. On the equities chart, this is what resilience has multiple different resiliences. They're the same type of model, and what the white one does is predict movement through this box or off of it. The blue one is the tiebreaker here, and the orange one is the tiebreaker here. So example, if today's SPY were to like be trading right here and the white is negative, then I'll have, so let me draw the resistances like you would. So essentially you would draw just like I'm drawing. If white resilience is less than 0, then there's resistance from the midpoint there and resistance off of the box. If blue resilience is less than 0, then if we were to get to the blue, like basically trading was down here, then it would also likely not hold. the orange resistance is greater than 0, it shows that the market's likely to hold there. So this is a sum of what the stocks are doing. What it's saying is the majority of stocks are holding their monthly gamma, which is bullish, which is good. In a bull market, you want to see this orange greater than 0. But a lot of the stocks aren't holding their weekly gamma. So a lot of the stocks are also kind of pulling back. And also the stocks have gapped up and now filled their gap to the downside. And you see how there's like a little bit of bull selling pressure in an overall bull market. That's what it's telling you. Right. So the index now has pivot points that I can utilize based on these resiliences. They're tiebreakers at each of the levels. Right now, blue and orange are off the chart, so we don't even really interact with them. So this day, basically the only one that we're nearby is the white. So because white resilience is less than 0, you can see that the box is resistance and the half gap is resistance, right? The market is not pushing to this side of the box anymore. Now that res went negative right here, you can see that now this is the comfortable area for the index. It's a tiebreaker at the level. It's really, really awesome for that. Now, while I'm in a long, I don't have confluence from this to tell me to go long, right? So not the best sign to take a long from, which is why I'm just keeping it small with the contract. Let me put this over here. You guys already saw my P&L, so I want to get more space on the chart so you guys can watch this pretty intently. Now, we do have some really solid support on S&P down here at monthly hedge pressure. If it were to fall down in here, this is resistance to rally off of. That's half the reason why I'm also okay with trading one, because if it falls, I'll double down and MHP will be the long to rally back up to the open, or sorry, to the close. So today, when I'm basically, since we lost our key liquidity pocket pivots, all I have today is a trade from here right back up to there would be perfect. So if we do flush, oh, I'll be so excited about this. Super excited about that. Oh yeah. That'd be very nice if we did flush. Welcome to the stream, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I love that you guys come over here from my funded stream. I'm trying not to talk as much just so I can preserve my voice. I've been talking myself so hoarse lately. All right. Yeah, so A plus, MHP is always an A plus setup, right? As you see, MHP resilience is for futures, right? We still take that same approach. We have monthly support in stocks. So if this were to go down into here, it's A plus back to there. The R&R on this is pretty tight. Nasdaq is a little far away from its monthly. Nasdaq is a little further down. So S&P will be where we support if we do support, which would be nice. So I'm watching both together. Does my funded have DCA rules? I don't think they do. Yeah, I don't think we finish. Yeah, to finish with the green candle, we'd have to go all the way back up to the open, and the stocks aren't going to give us the ability to do that. So I think we do probably close with well, no, a green candle for the futures would have to basically just be above here. So I think we close. I think like the futures daily candle is like this. I think we actually just kind of close like that. That's my thought. Does Apex have DCA rules? No, don't. Yeah, stay away from Apex. If you want to use Apex, use Take Profit and use our code for Take Profit because we'll give you 30% off of it. Take Profit is like the Apex killer. That's what everybody that used Apex has moved to Take Profit Trader. They have daily payouts and they only have trailing drawdown once you're funded. They don't have it on the eval side, so you can YOLO your evals. It's really nice. Apex doesn't suck. It's just not like, just TPT is just better. Apex is still good, but what position sizing should you use for a 2K account? Use the spreadsheet to figure out for yourself. You have to go fill in the parameters on that spreadsheet, and then it'll tell you the answer. I can do the math for you on the top of your head. For a 2K account, on average, let me think. I don't know what your drawdowns are. If your drawdown's 2K, for NASDAQ, you're gonna be trading less than one contract. I would be probably trading 5 micros on NASDAQ. 1 E-mini at most for 2,000 drawdown per day. Yeah, 5 micros NASDAQ is probably your most you'll do. Maybe 1 if you want to be aggressive, but for 2,000, you know, basically I do 2 trades a day, so I give me 1,000 a trade. 40 points in NASDAQ, that's about a little bit over 1 E-mini, but that would be your max. I don't recommend people go as aggressive as I am, but target for this trade, to stay above the open, basically. To trade from here, at least a half gap support. But I'm wanting to see the stocks pick up momentum by the end of the day. There's just not getting any movement in the stocks. So I might not get anything with this trade. What I'm doing is I'm taking an early bet. This is a kind of a trick that I do sometimes. This is more of a gamble than an actual probable trade setup. The idea is that the stocks have sold off and filled their gaps. And now the S&P and NASDAQ has filled their gaps to here. Or the SPY and QQQ. And now what I'm betting on is at the end of the day is that as we ramp up in the close that people start buying the stocks. I have no evidence that it's happened yet, but now that the stocks have fallen to support, I'm now going to bet that the market is bullish enough that people will start buying the stocks. Microsoft is evidence of that, and that's what I want to see. Is what I want to see that now the stocks fell to support. I'm trying to get ahead of the game by saying how the stocks will bounce. If Microsoft starts moving here, you'll start to see res pick up, and a lot of stocks are in that boat, right? Tesla dumped, etc. And what I'm hoping to see is that we get some end of the day push because the market's bullish. So does that make sense? The evidence is not we're in a bull market. I'm betting that the evidence is not that we're going to rally today, even though we are in a bull market. I'm betting that we might rally if the stocks get some interest. No evidence that it's happening yet. I'm trading against the flow right now. The flow is not buying. I'm betting that people might buy. And therefore, it being more of a gamble because I have this, all my greater market signals are bullish. My position size is small, just 1 contract. You can see how it works, right? That's it. Yeah, and if it does drop for a better entry, I have a reason to be long. Here, MHP, 90% of days will close above. It would be the rarest of the rare. And also we have hedge pressure as well on futures here as well, which also creates some possible support, which is why I'm still trying to be long here. Down at the bottom, I do have long pressure from there and long pressure there just on the hedging of the index alone. So while the stocks have kind of sold off down into here, the futures has support here and here. So this is an area of support. I got all this room to play in case it does flush out. I've got myself a nice little tidy long from there. One contract in case it supports now and stocks get better. One contract can survive the drawdown of another 40 points in NASDAQ, so I can double down at the bottom. At most, I'm down $800, $1,000. That's it. And so I'm trading both possibilities here. There's no evidence that we rally just yet. All right. Yeah, you guys got to come to my position sizing classes. They are top tier. Ooh. Yeah, well, by the time it gets down there, a 2K drawdown account would blow up. Well, that's why you should always know your position size to where you don't blow up on that kind of setup. If you know that you can take X amount of drawdown to enter again, then you don't have a position big enough to blow up in case you're holding through it. One contract won't at all blow me up, right? I've got plenty of room on this account. What's the MHP number on MQ? It's in the Discord. If you go to our Discord, it's there. 22309. Well, that's pretty far. Like I say, I always long off of blue hedge pressure. I always long off of when conditions are good, and I always long off of orange under any condition. Conditions aren't the best for blue, again. But I only have one contract. Like I say, I always try to be a bull as much as I can. Tradeovate is saying you can't trade gold, Neve live data, my funded futures. Right, so you can't trade you can't trade something without the data for that thing. They're all in different exchanges. So if you buy equities data like equities futures, you're going to be buying CME data feed. You're going to trade gold, you have to go get the COMEX data feed. You're going to trade oil, you need the NYMEX data feed. They're all different exchanges, so you have to buy different data. Your data feed that you bought for NASDAQ and S&P will not have gold because they're different exchanges. Before it all became electronic, the different exchanges were physically different buildings. Each was their own company, selling their own stuff, their own data, their own everything. Now the CME group kind of owns everybody under their umbrella, but everything's electronic now, but you still have to pay the different exchanges for your different data feeds. Would it make me a bear right now? Nothing. So don't mistake the idea that selling to MHP is bearish. The market you could have bull profit taking. Bearish would be that we lose MHP. So when I'm a bear, we're on the bear side of the market. This is bull. Now I'll correct you the way I say bull and bear. This is the bull side of the market. This is the bear side. So your question should more be like, Matt, what kind of confluence do you need to short in the bull market? That's really what you're asking. And so great question, Time Machine. The idea is, what would make me want to short the market? I have evidence that this is resistance. Okay, that is resistance. I have evidence that this is support and that this is support. So now I can short off of my resistance because I have a confluence for it. Inside of here, I know that there's long pressure through here and there is no selling pressure here. So I can't predict it, therefore I don't take it. But that's a great question. I only have a few short setups that I do take. And they require confluence for it. Technically speaking, I don't usually short off of this white box. Even if I think it's going to fall, I normally just sit out because normally it's just profit taking in a bull market. But if we break through orange, then I do short off of orange break because that's a crash. I'll jump in every time if I can. War would make us bearish. Dude, I think this time around, I think that war would probably not be, I mean, war is going to be not super bearish in general. Not that war, right? Israel and Iran war have zero to do with much of our stock market. It wouldn't have a long-term bearish effect other than like the knee-jerk selling that we had. I don't think it's going to be a bigger, crazier nonsense. Most of our companies don't have exposure out there. So it wouldn't affect like trade and commerce and prices, and companies, you know, wouldn't affect employment. We don't have factories out there. It's like kind of wouldn't matter. So I think war would basically like stimulate some volatility, but I think most people are watching the, okay, we just had a bump up in weekly resilience. This is nice. Let's see which stocks are moving. Who just broke MHP to the upside? Let's double check. I'm finding out which stock this is very quick using the scanner. Google. Hello, buddy. Google with a hedge break. Well, no, not really break, but who else? Who else? It's close enough. We just had a quickie little bump. So something went up and came down. Let's see if there's anything. Hedge break to upside. Let's do hedge pressure break up. Oh, it's Goog, not Google. Goog. Heyo, there it is. Okay. So Goog is this little bump right here. So we're getting some pressure off of Google to the upside. That's pretty good. But I wanted to see as the stocks pick up some interest at the end of the day. So now Google has bullish support from here, which is good, as Google tried to sell off. We sold off and tried to sell again. Hopefully Google can hold the fort here and stay bullish. So I utilized the idea that resilience is now positive to see out which stock actually moved across the barrier. Looks like Google has now got some positive gamma hedging to keep lifting it up. Looks like Trade's got a little $200 bump off of just Goog alone. That's nice. Can't complain. Oh, this account is now green. This account was down 300 something bucks. So this account is like almost green now. That's the one, or it's down 291. So now it's technically green for the day. Very cool. Hello, Matt. What's up, Sandai? Oh, yeah. A world war would make us bullish. Yeah, crypto. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. World war would probably be pretty nasty. If Russia invaded further into Europe, I don't think... Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think... Speaking of all the possibilities of that, I don't think Russia has the capabilities to go to war. I don't think China would go to war either. There's always those threats. I don't think any one of them is going to go to a war that's going to impact the U.S. Whatever Russia does, we'll practically ignore it. We already stopped worrying about Ukraine, I guess. So I don't think that'll be a threat to the market. If we got drawn into a conflict, yeah, but probably not going to happen. Todka, you want to know how I can find a mentor? I don't know, man. I don't mentor people, but you can join our boot camp if you want to learn like our style of trading. We train on futures trading in general. That's a group setting. I don't mentor people. If I did, it would be very expensive. I'd have to charge a ridiculous amount. Boot camp is 20 bucks. Just do it. I don't even have hours in the day. So if I was to mentor people, I would charge $3,000, $5,000 an hour. That's what my time would be worth. Maybe more. It's kind of about how much I make an hour on the shorter days, trading and everything else. So my hourly rate would be crazy. But now, in reality, I don't have time to mentor. I'd love to help people. I wouldn't, not to like sell the service or whatever. I'd love to help people, like mentor, but there are so many people and it's such a grueling process to mentor one person. I just never had a thing where I did it. I would be really good at it, I think. But I just never got into it. Is Stream Music AI? Yeah, I wrote it all with the AI tool. Can I show you how to be a rap video dancer? I can show you how to get fired doing that if I teach you my dance moves. The boot camp is basically like a group mentorship, yeah. And it's cheap. Tips on foot modeling. It's just born with it, baby. But also shave your toe knuckle hair. That usually is a turn off for all foot pictures. I don't know, maybe some people like hairy feet, I don't know. The heat with Pat and Tradeify has gotten pretty hot. Dang, dude, this was hot. Yeah, so basically, when Tradeify pulled J-Dunn onto their show this morning, that exploded into a frenzy on social media. Pat went on the offensive. He does not like J-Dunn. And they've got like millions of kids watch that show that are like, fuck Tradeify and trying to like fight with them and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm reading all this stuff. And Tradeify threatened to get rid of Pat. Yeah, like this is just like crazy. Well, we'll see how it all turns out. Maybe in a week or so it'll be old news. Who knows? Giveaways usually in the mornings, and the afternoon streams we don't normally do giveaways yet, but we might start doing it because we're getting really big in the afternoons. Once we start getting 500 plus people in the afternoon streams, I'll probably try to see if I can't get more giveaway stuff. But in reality, the way that we get more accounts to give away is you guys have to use our code. So use our code everywhere you shop with your prop firms. Rocket Scooter code can work just about anywhere. And every single month, we go to our partners and ask them for more accounts to give away, and they give us more every month usually, but we have to grow bigger for them to give us more. So it's like proportional to the sales. For you guys want to keep doing more giveaways, you'll have to use our code. Don't use anyone else's code. We get the best deal. We get better deals than anyone else. Because sometimes when they'll have a deal on their website, our code works for their website deal as well. Like my Funded Futures BOGO deal, you can use our code for that too. So my deals with all these prop firms is my code works for their sale. And when they don't have a sale, I get a sale. And that's with all 6 partners you see on my screen. So I have that exclusive arrangement with people. Most of the influencers out there work out deals with these prop firms. And they'll usually try to work out a salary or something to promote. For me, I work out. I want to get more giveaway accounts for you guys. So that's why I have more giveaways usually than anybody, because that's what my leverage is. Instead of them paying me 20 grand a month or 30 grand a month, I say, give me, 30 accounts to give away instead. So by the way, if you guys didn't know, the going rate of paying an influencer to rep your prop firm, the better ones is about 6 figures a month, about 100K a month you'll get. Like just tweet about us every day kind of thing. They pay a lot of money for influencers. And you get the right to, you can negotiate whatever your tie is with all of them. For me, I usually just ask for giveaway accounts. Like Tradeify doesn't pay me, but they give me a butt ton of giveaway accounts. So I basically give it back to y'all, rather than try to ask them for a big salary. What's the best prop firm according to my experience? I would say my experience personally is My Funded Futures and Tradeify and ETF. I've trade with all 3 of them, and all 3 of them are great. If I had to pick one of the 3, My Funded Futures is the best end of the day drawdown. It just depends on what account you like. Tradeify is the best straight to funded, and then ETF is the best static. Whatever account you like, those are the 3 companies. I'm live with 2 of them. I've made profit payouts are consistent. There's no shenanigans. Follow the rules. They've all been clean. I could rent a Ferrari and take some nice photos for Instagram with that, though. I kind of could, yeah. I'll tell you, a lot of the big influencers out there, they get $100,000 a month to rep prop firms. It's nasty crazy how much money it is. I've turned down some pretty substantial 5-figure offers just because the prop firm seems shady or whatever. But I work with just the better ones, so the ones on my screen, that's basically it. No shenanigans. Live on this channel in the mornings. I'm live. Can't wait to see pivots below super range. I know. I kind of just should take profit on this. I know I'm kind of being a wuss about it. But again, Res isn't budging. At least Goog is starting to move, which is nice. Speaking of Goog, let me put Goog and Google both on here. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Resilience still negative, not picking up any movement here. Let me just take the profit. I did scalp off of this. I don't have evidence it's going to move. Res isn't moving a lot. Goog did pick up some steam, but I did close out. This account is now green. What's going on here? Okay, actually, I just got notified that we can do a giveaway. So Kevin decided to donate his boot camp to you guys. Thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate that. Kevin 8. I just got a text about it. So Kevin he forgot to cancel his boot camp when he subbed for Pro Plus, and therefore he doesn't want a refund and said, awesome, Kevin, brother here wants to pay it forward. So again, every time somebody buys one, I buy 3, and now we'll do free class times 3. Type free class in chat. If you guys want to get into our boot camp, this is day 3 today. We go over liquidity maps. Only if you're not in the boot camp, enter this drawing. Thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate that. And I wonder where the Best Buy and the... Maybe they're coming in the afternoon. And the Carpenters. They were supposed to come earlier today, but maybe it's later. You gotta love when Twitter gets really crazy with all the drama. Liver King is now threatening Joe Rogan. What's going on in this world? Like, we have periods of quietness and then periods of crazy drama. The Liver King, that guy is so weird. You know, I'm talking about the Liver King. This dude clearly takes steroids. I know he's got this like huge YouTube channel, but dude, the guy's got fucking roid gut. Is he in jail now? That's what I heard. Yeah. Everybody's like, he's like this man that lives in the woods. He's so fit. He's so active. He eats animal hearts and stuff. I'm like, the dude juices, man. He's in jail. Now he's threatening Joe Rogan. Like, what's going on in this world? Arrested in Texas 3 hours ago. For what? Arrested for terroristic threat, a Class B misdemeanor. Oh, okay. Threatening somebody. What'd he say? Known for lying about his insane muscular physique, bringing down the gobbling raw organs and even eating animal testicles. Arrested in Tuesday, Texas after challenging Joe Rogan to a fight in bizarre social media footage. Really? Isn't Joe Rogan a fighter, though? I guess he took that seriously. Terroristic threat is just a Class B misdemeanor. It's usually not jail time. It can be. Class Bs can come with jail time, but usually you just, you know, first time offenders probably don't get much. Probably just got arrested. I don't think he's going to go to jail for it for a long time. That's hilarious, though. Joe Rogan going to throw some monster. I would put money down on Rogan. Oh, dude, 100%, man. He's still in shape, man. And the Liver King is like 5 feet tall, so he's tiny. And he's steroids, so he's not really strong. He just looks muscular. Like Rogan's got years of training and actual strength. Yeah. One punch knockout, I think. Yeah. That's funny. Like, what's going on in the world? Right? My Twitter feed is so hot. I'm scrolling up. There's like, yeah, Pat fighting with Tradeify. You got, oh man, it's just like, some days it's quiet, some days it's juicy. I promise you guys one thing though, it doesn't get dramatic over here. We kind of keep it quiet, cool. I tend to avoid the drama, especially in the trading world. I'm kind of cool with everybody. I kind of don't pick sides. All right, you ready for the free drawing? Really, Kevin, really appreciate the giveaway, dude. So we'll do a 4 bootcamp accounts. Spinning the wheel without the crazy song. Well, let's play a crazy song. There's a new submission that somebody wrote. So we're gonna have to be doing more song submissions again. Let's play it. We're gonna do another songwriting contest. It's me. All right, you're the first winner. Type something in chat. It is me. There it is. You're an engineer, and we know nothing good comes from drama. Right, like drama does build a brand, but it doesn't build a good brand. In the world of affiliate influencing, though, it builds a very valuable brand, I think. Zero trades. Because all you need to make money as an affiliate is to have a bunch of losers hang out with you because they lose at trading and then you make money when they lose. But when you have a trading platform, my job isn't to accumulate an army of losers. My job is to train winners, and winners aren't a community of dramatic people. Like if I want to be like a drama hound and attract a bunch of like people that like that, they're going to be losing traders and then make a fortune as an affiliate of stuff. But I want winning traders in my group. But also like I'm just kind of cool with everybody. I don't start problems with people. Anytime everybody start a problem with me, I don't even care. People can say whatever they want. I stand on business. I know I'm good. I know I'm really good. I know my business is good. I know my community is good. I know my platform is good. People's opinions don't matter to me at all. Hibby, you too, Hibby. Type something. Bow, 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 bow. Last person. A second pay it forward. Oh, another person. 4 more. Wow, thank you. I just got another text. So thank you, Bluekin, also donating 4 boot camp seats, or 1 boot camp seat, and I'll donate 4. 3, so 4 total. 4 more. Nicola Jurek. Cool, man. Ah, you guys are. So you guys show up at boot camp in an hour and a half. We'll do another music writing contest this next month. I think that'd be fun for the summer. I think we did it like last summer, didn't we? Has a year already flown by? Oh, we did in December. That's right. Nicola, you have to type, buddy, in chat. Maybe I didn't make that clear. Okay, yeah, Nicola, you're there. You're there. I didn't tell you to type. I'll let you win. Nicola, you count, even though you didn't show up on the list. I'll give it to you. I saw you type RKKDK, number 5. What did you just win? You got a free month in our training boot camp, which is every day at 3. So we do this live training. You gotta come to it. So you guys come today. Man, you guys are making like all kind of cool ones. All right, congrats. Somebody wrote a song in the song submission.
Liquidity maps running through his veins, calculations done in the second slab. If the signals are bullish, he's trading off that. Resilience pops, the maps appear. 30 seconds in, the targets are clear. He's not just guessing, he's got
William.
Bullish or bearish, he acts like a man. He's watching the pivots, he's ready to
It's only 30 seconds long though.
He's running the show. He's not just reacting, he's thinking ahead. Trading the distance, enough said.
I want the rest of that song. That's kind of a jam. Oh, it's Gio's song. I remember that one. Okay. Let's go back to the sub submission channel. What else do we got?
Numbers flying to the skies.
William, you got to type something. There you go.
Make it rise. Predict the wave. Feel the rush. Market moves. So what?
That's 6. Okay, 2 more. Those of you guys that won, okay, number 1, join our Discord. That's the first thing. Go in the description below. Trading for keeps. Good job. Join our Discord. Take a screenshot of your YouTube channel from your perspective, like log in to your YouTube. Go to your channel that shows your username and take a screenshot of it. Then you need to go to our Discord and message Slacks, SLACKS, within the hour, and it'll hook you up with the code to get in. B. Collins, number 8. So you guys are basically locked in for free boot camp. This is just free training, free mentoring. Doesn't cost you anything. And it's a 20-day program. And today we started on day 3. We started on Monday. We do it every 2 months, and we just started over on Monday.
Signals clear and orders count. Pressure builds to critical amount. Trade as fast as light can go.
B. Collins, what's up?
Scooter steals the show.
Yeah, the members bought it for you guys and they paid it forward. And I did a thing that I said if somebody donates to the group, I'll donate 3 for every one. So this time around, we've donated now 48 seats to the boot camp. So 48 people are now in the boot camp for free. And if you're not, you can just get it for 20 bucks. It's really like designed to be the best education that you'll have for the cheapest amount. It's $20, $1 a day. And that's why people donate it forward, because they're like begging you to take it. If you don't want to miss out, you can join in with us. We start at 3. It's very, very, very serious business. We went over position sizing yesterday. Today we're going to cover liquidity maps. There's a link for it. To have stats on how often price reaches MHP, we don't have stats on that. We just have stats on what side of MHP you close on. Dude, I know how it goes. I've known Pat for long enough. So he and Jada didn't like each other. Since Jada was on TradeFi's show, Pat kind of went on the offensive. And now anybody that supports something that Pat doesn't like, he usually goes after them too. It's going to get juicy on Twitter for a couple days. It's going to be fun seeing what's going on here. These people are very, very much... And I agree. I mean, here's the thing, though. I'm not picking a side, you know. I agreed back in the day that what Danny did was not good, and that was bad for my funded family. He lied, doctored broker statements. That was all completely criminal and scam, right? We know that. But the personal beef between him and Jada, and I don't know what stemmed it. I don't even remember, but they don't like each other. So it got pretty heated. And he's calling for like a TradeFi, you know. His members are boycotting TradeFi now. What a crazy morning. Standing on business, yep. Yeah, in his defense, they were pretty aggressive towards him on social media, so he has a very particular distaste for these guys. Oh, Rez just took a bump up. Hello, all right. Do we get a move? Who's moving?
If the pressure flip, then we fade to place. Wrist tight, style lost like a razor blade. Grew up in the struggle, now my P&L is sane. Day trade, flip a bag, run it back. Run it back, trace price, let it come, that's a fact.
I don't even remember this song from back in the day.
Money on my mind, I ain't never looking back. Day trade, flip a bag, run it back. Trace price, let it
Microsoft. Oh, it is Microsoft. Oh, that's where it came from. So Microsoft now starting to pick up some steam. Such an inspiration to you, especially your stream yesterday. It was amazing. You learned a lot. Awesome, dude. I'm so happy to hear it. Could I? Rez is starting to pick up some hot steam here. Can I get some dip on Q and I can jump in on this? Can I risk it? Why not? I'll put 1 on it. Watching Rez start to move. It's not good yet, but I'm going to take the bet maybe.
Mark money math, we're never the same.
I'll remember that one.
the market when it can't stay strong. Only shorts, no stops, we're on the run. Catalyst active, yeah, the game's begun. Waves of red crash down like stormy seas. Trading secrets whispered in the breeze. Only shorts, no stops, now heed the call.
It says,
Rocket scooter,
Pat hates scammers and straightforward about things. People can take it the wrong way, but I'll take realness above any fake shit. Yeah, I'm the same way.
short the highs and
I appreciate, you know, the effort of you know, putting yourself out there to call out things that are bad. I mean, he definitely was very crucial to making sure that, you know, what Danny did was known to the community. I mean, it's a prop firm that's taking your money. You want to know if their prop firm leader is doctoring broker statements. I mean, you need people to be able to stand up and really do this because it's such a scammy world.
rocket scooters, how we're meant to be. In the chaos of the markets,
At least for you guys, it's consumer protection. You got to respect that a little bit. Where'd I get the arms to hold up my 17 monitors? A company called AtDeck.
our destiny.
Here, I just typed in chat. I get the modular mounting system.
Open up
But you gotta buy the pieces and build it yourself.
stream. Short the highs and live in the extreme.
No Diddy oil, no promises.
No stops, you know the way.
Did your song submit? I don't know which one it was.
Single day.
We'll open up another contest. Maybe you guys can start submitting songs now. We'll do it maybe next month. A Name That Tune contest. It was really fun when we did it last time. I mean, not Name That Tune, a songwriting contest for more theme songs for the stream. AI music you can write. A lot of people use Suno, S-U-N-O. That's what I use.
Every single time. Come trade with me and the rocket scooter.
I just hate how all the AI male singers for metal songs sound like Christian rock singers.
For the bullish markets where we make positive gains every single time.
Can I get an actual metal singer? Like, that would be great.
Rocket scooter, AI.
That'd be kind of cool to get an actual metal singer. Somebody said Danny's fully legit. He showed you his demo trader account. Listen, I wasted like a whole week of my life in trying to intervene between all of them. They all were telling me like, you know, Matt will review the broker statements. He'll see if they're real. Like, I basically was the one that pulled out the idea that the nines were different. That iMan Trading or whatever made a video off of the thing I found. So they were showing me the different stuff, and like the two nines were different fonts, and that's one of the things I pointed out. And then also the expectancy was showing that there should have been a negative profit. That I also pointed out as well. And as soon as I shared that, you know, it's kind of like all blew up, and everyone was like, no, it's not right. It's real. No, it's real. No, it's not. And I was like, okay, just send me the broker statements. And I was doing the sleuthing. I noticed those errors. And then everyone was like, okay, Danny called me and Jadon called me. They're like, yeah, we'll get Danny to give you your broker statements. And I don't know if they're on odds with each other. He said they were at odds with each other. Like, they weren't on the same team anymore. And he was kind of like, yeah, you know, I want to make sure that Danny's real because I put my brand to this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, give me the broker statements. And Danny's like, oh, I'll give them to you, man. He's like, how much do you want? And I was like, as much as you're willing to show me. He's like, all right, I got you. I'll give it to you today. And then I never heard from him again. And then he disappeared. Then he got back on YouTube a couple weeks later. And I'm like, dude, I sat here trying to mediate between everybody. And I guess their policy was, we'll just sweep it under the rug and people will forget. And that's where we are. I got ghosted. I got left on read, man. Right? I got ghosted. I was going to look at him fairly and I was going to say, oh, he was like, no, that is the real P&L. And then, of course, he came out and said, no, I doctored the P&L and I lied. Then I just assumed everything he said was a lie at that point. But like I say, I don't try to get involved to pick a side. I just like, I'll look at something fairly without bias. I think people know I'm just like a no nonsense dude, and I'll look at stuff and I'll look at it like, what does the fucking data say? That's all that matters to me. I don't care if Pat's talking shit to me. I don't care if Jaden's talking shit. Nobody's talking shit. I don't care who's against me or who hates me. They can all sit back. I'm gonna look at the numbers and just say it like it is. Nobody's gonna pressure me to pick a side. I told everybody, I'm like, I'll look at it. I'll see what people are saying. And Tyler, you hate me. Yeah, but the consensus is, without further evidence, you know, all evidence and his own admission, Danny admitted to doctoring his statements. He also took Jaden's statement and posted it as its own. So he actually showed someone else's statement and pretended it was his. So those are both facts. He even admitted to these things. But the question was, are you even profitable? I told him, I told Danny, like, he goes, bro, I make all this money and I just made a stupid mistake because I was scared people were going to find out that I made a big loss. And I'm like, dude, it happens to all of us. We all lose big. But, you know, not everybody is, I said, now hiding it from people or lying about it so to pretend like it didn't happen is not ethical. Hope you understand that. He's like, yeah, no, I get it. I just panicked. And I was like, well, you can't do that. He goes, but I'm really profitable, man. I make all this money. I'm like, look, people will forgive you. Show them that you make all this money. Just be like, look, I fucked up. I got scared. I'm just an idiot and I'm never going to do it again. And don't ever do it again. And he's like, I won't ever do it again. Show me your broker statement. If it's real, I'll vouch for you and say, look, this guy's a fucking moron, but he made a mistake and he's not going to make a mistake ever again. He's going to show you his broker statements going forward to show you that he's real. I had this whole rehabilitation plan for this dude planned out because he was begging me. He's like, help me out, man. Like, you know, I was like, I will. Show me your statements. And then they never came through. So, you know, that's what happened. I was like, if you're making millions of dollars a month, I'd love to see it. I'd love to learn from you. Shit. And that's really what happens. Yes, you can lie, you can make a mistake. Don't ever do it again and just be real going forward. Sounded fair, right? Neutral, fair. They never came through. And I was like, yeah, well, somebody says once a liar can't be trusted. Well, think of it like this. Once a liar, you can remove trust from the picture. You don't need to trust somebody that's a liar if they show you the evidence every day. It's not no longer, liar just ruins their word. Their word's no longer credible, but their broker statement is a broker statement regardless. I told him, like, liar or not, people won't ever trust anything you say, but you can show a broker statement and at face value, people can judge you on the merits of your work. Nobody will ever take your word for it again. Promise. Once you're a liar, you're done. But hold up. Why is she calling me?
Okay, I gotta go.
All right, you're on stream. Say hi to stream.
Okay, hi, stream. Sorry, guys, at work. I gotta go. Bye.
Oh, okay, bye. Apparently Best Buy is here. Cool. Do I think TJR is legit? I have no idea what TJR is. I tried helping Egomaniac. He wasted valuable air. I know. But, you know, people, you guys were like wanting to know the answer, and there was a new prop firm, and, you know, obviously it was like important for the prop space that somebody took the voice of reason and was like, look, I'll be a fair judge to get a fair, honest opinion. Yes, everyone knows me as the math nerd. I'll dig through the statements, make sure everything adds up. So I'll do the service for the community. Hell, didn't waste my freaking time. They're going to ring my doorbell any minute, though, to come in here. So as soon as they do, I'll have to cut the stream early, I think. We'll see. Maybe not. Go open the door. You're outside of the sound system. Technically, they're not installing it today. This is the consultation. So I just put down the deposit, and they're coming out to figure out what they need to install and measure everything to make sure I buy all the right stuff. That's them. All right, I'll be right back. Hang tight. If I start losing money, you guys yell at me, okay? Oh shit, I'm making money. Hell yeah. Woo! All right, let's close out. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. The balls on that guy, no stop loss, just leave and go. Woo! I was watching on my phone though. Also have a package. Ah, look at that. What'd I miss? All my accounts are green now. The Geek Squad got him. That's right. I'll show you what I got. And I'll tell you guys, don't make fun of me because I have like 5 of these things. Y'all ready for this? Look, hold up. I need one for upstairs though. I get cold so easy, man, because I got on blood pressure meds because my blood pressure was going to kill me. And so I get cold because they make me fucking cold. I used to do like a lot of coffee and Adderall and shit, and that used to make me really hot all the time. But now the BP meds make me cold. Ready for this? Hold up. Watch this, guys. Ah. Watch. Ready? Hold up. No. Hold on. Look. Heated wearable blanket. Woo, baby. Oh, it's a Snuggie. Hold up. Dude, these things are great. It's heated though. No, it's heated. Heated. All right, look. Plug it in the wall. Heat it up. Dude, it's warm, dude. I sleep in every night. iDoc has one. We got like 5 of them now. We have one on every. We actually have 2 of them in the bedroom, 2 downstairs, 2 upstairs. There you go. I bought that in June. I get cold, man. I don't know what it is. Probably blood pressure medicine like lowers my blood pressure so much. Whew. Got on my account screen now, thank God. Finally. Oh, that's good. Oops. That's good. That's good. Boom, 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 boom. Just go outside here in Texas. Yeah, I know. Like half gap alert. When I came up here, I saw that. I was looking on my phone though, while I was downstairs. So we ended up getting. Let me tell you what I got. I got a TV. I got a receiver. I got a subwoofer. I got 4 in-ceiling speakers and 1 center speaker. Stereo equipment's expensive as shit. So now I gotta have like a movie theater experience downstairs. Watch me come. Tom said, watch him come back and be up like 2K. There you go, right? What were you guys talking about while I was gone? His trade is taking off. He isn't here to see it. You guys like that? No stop. No stop. No look. Look, ma. No hands. I got me some pad CU. I have some Thai food, so only fun. Yeah, the heated blanket, it's like $70 on Amazon. It's like, look on the inside. It's like super, they keep you warm. And you got to plug it in. Let's plug it in. There's a certain system I recommend. It depends on how much you're willing to spend. That's the whole point with speakers. Res is positive on NASDAQ. Oh, that's kind of nice. At least on NASDAQ, it's slightly positive. Would I look for NQ to maybe fill the gap? Possibly, yeah, possibly. But I just trade a half gap because res is not super positive yet. All of my stuff that I got is all Bowers and Wilkins, so it's like on the higher end, I'd say. But it depends, like with speakers, is how much you're willing to spend to get that good sound. Once I heard the Bowers and Wilkins, I was like, I gotta have it. It's stupid. It's the cost of a car to get all this shit. But the sound is like unbelievable, and I'm such an audiophile. You guys know me. The only thing I spend money on is computers and audio equipment. So I gotta buy. I always want to have like the best experience possible when it comes to like tech stuff. I dress modestly. I live modestly. I don't wear a Rolex, but I do have a Rolex installed as speakers in my ceilings. You have to have the best sound, the best visual, the best computer. This kind of stuff you think you're with every day. You have to have like really high end stuff. But well, looking for a band to play at my 4th of July party. Somebody already was saying like they could be a DJ and can be a DJ. Well, you have a band in Austin? That'd be dope. What do the winners of the boot camp need to do? You need to go to our Discord and message Slacks and take a picture of your YouTube ID from inside your account so we know that it's you. So go to your account page, open up the little tab on your YouTube that just shows it's your account, and then send them the picture of it. You have more than one band? What kind of band? You name your band Rocket Scooter. Like when it comes to like speakers and headphones, I like to buy the craziest like highest end stuff. These are my audio gaming speakers right here. I mean headphones. They're like light on your ears. Sennheiser HD 800S headphones. Look, these guys are the best headphones I've ever had in my life. I also have gaming headphones. There's a whole difference in quality. These guys are like 200 bucks. I don't even use them anymore. This guy was like 1700 bucks for those headphones. When it comes to audio stuff, I have to have the best. I don't want to skim on that stuff. Most people like to go spend their money on all kind of stuff. The doc, she'll go buy purses and jewelry, whatever. I gotta have good headphones. I'm such an audiophile. It's crazy. Sennheiser's so good, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not 1700. Maybe I forgot how much I paid for them. This one right here. It's like they're $2,000, whatever. I thought I got them for 17. Maybe I did get them for 2,000. They're open back, dude. They're so light on your head. You don't even feel like you're wearing headphones. And the sound just sounds like it's coming from everywhere. It doesn't sound like it's coming from a cup on your ear. That's the best part about it. It really does have this weird feeling like you're actually immersed inside of the environment. Like normally headphones, it feels like something's blasting sound at your ear. This just is so open. The sound just sounds like it's from everywhere. It's such a weird experience. When I put them on, I was like, I hated it at first. I was like, oh, this is so weird. And then after that, every headphone just sounds like cupped and twangy. So I hate every headphone I've ever put on ever since then. These Sennheiser spoiled me rotten. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. And the cool thing about these is they have like they're open back, so it's like, you know, I don't know if you can see, but you can see through it. This is the actual speaker cone right here. And yeah, like they're not actually closed in. So it has like, you can actually like hear the room around you. I can hear it's not noise canceling anything. Yeah, it's really nice. I used to have a pair of Sennheisers a long time ago. To when I played Halo 2 competitively, I used those are my gaming headphones when I used to compete. Sennheiser as well, but I got this really nice DAC and amplifier on my desk just to power those headphones, and they sound nice. It's like wall hacks. When I play Call of Duty, dude, I can hear you walking in the grass from like 100 feet away. They're so sensitive. It's like having wall hacks when you game. That's the whole setup is super overkill. So that I can hear people through walls when I play Call of Duty, worth every penny. Literally, I call it my wall hack headphones. But you need a really good amplifier for it as well. So I got the which one did I get? This is, I'll show you the amplifier DAC I got. Hold on. I got the I can find it. Yeah. Look at the I got the this one right here. So for those headphones, I got this guy to power it. Dude, like the two of those things together is literally wall hacks for gaming. It's really nice. It's really small profile, volume knob, plug your headphones in. Yeah, so that's my whole gaming setup. Those headphones plus this. Might think it's overkill, but for $3,000, I can hear you walking through walls. So I'm good. It's really nice. It is really nice. I had a friend of mine that told me all of this. He's like, this is like the best gaming setup. He's like, it's completely overkill, but you'll love it. Oh, boom, 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 boom. LOL DMA card. Buy those headphones. The headphones have to have the have to have an amplifier though. So any amplifier for headphones is going to give you like that really solid sound. Half gap, res less than 0. We're going to get a rally up this? Probably not. Last half hour. I don't think we end up rallying into close though. It would be nice if we did, but why does res flip-flop when the gap is large? It just means certain stocks have moved through half gap, or basically stocks have gapped up and pulled back to half and are sitting on the edge. This flip-flop right here might have everything to do with like basically most of the stocks are on one side or the other. Maybe a certain stock is sitting right in the middle. Like I think it was Microsoft. No, somebody today was at the middle. Yeah, Microsoft. Microsoft flip-flopping is making resilience flip-flop because every other stock is kind of already balanced. Resilience is looking for the shift of the balance, right? And it's weighted by market cap, so you're going to see a lot more sensitivity to things like bigger tech stocks and stuff. You might get actual audio in Apex with those. Oh, dude, it's so nice on Apex. I can hear people using a shield battery like halfway across the map. 3K is a whole entire PC free, yeah. And IFI V2 for budget DAC. That's a good one too, yeah. Did I travel for tournaments in Halo 2? I did. I went to a handful of MLG events. I went to Dallas. I went to Chicago. I wasn't like the best player, but I was pretty good. One of my teams, I was an alternate on one team that did make top 32 in Chicago. I was a backup, the alternate. Our team was called Catalyst. And one of the guys on my team was on a MTV's TV show called I Want to Be a Gamer. That was one of the guys on our team. They still make music? Not really. Yeah, I built a liquidity map into TradingView. That's right. Into our version of TradingView. How old am I to have hypertension? I'm in my 40s, but like, it's genetic, dude. We've all had hypertension in my family. I had life-threatening blood pressure 2 years ago. My blood pressure peaked at 240 over 150. Like, I was hospitalized a couple times to get it checked out. It was so weird that the world was like starting to spin and get fuzzy. You had some last minute selling there. But I ended up getting on some BP meds. My brother's been on blood pressure medicine since like college. Yeah, that can like kill you immediately. Yeah. I'll try to look for the pictures. I'll show you guys in Discord. I have pictures from my app from those days. I swear to God, like I would go to like Kroger and put my arm in the machine, and the blood pressure after I take it, like a siren would go off and immediately alert the paramedics. I'm just kidding, but that was the joke. That it was like, don't worry, we've already alerted an ambulance. It's on its way. It's automated. What's the white line represent liquidity map? The white line is where we closed yesterday, where we opened today. This is the halfway point between the two. It's not stress, because I'm not really living a stressful life. I'd say that I would probably attribute most of it to diet and genetics. My cholesterol was through the roof, and a lot of that has to do with just eating shit and probably clogging my arteries. Makes my blood pressure go up, and then just eating really bad, doing a bunch of Adderall, drinking a bunch of coffee, energy drinks. I'm sure all of that made it worse. But now I like don't have blood pressure problems anymore. I've weaned off of all the meds they gave me except for one that I take half a pill a day, and it's still under control. I'm trying to get it to 0 pills a day. So as time has gone by, I've taken less and less of it just to make sure it stays stable, and I've stayed stable. But yeah. Processed salt causes high blood pressure. Don't eat shit. Yeah, that Texas sweet barbecue. I eat shit all the time. Can I say pizza at Slim Jims? Dude, I eat all kind of... I used to eat so bad. Well, I didn't sleep right. I wasn't exercising enough. And now I'm doing everything to get better. But I didn't realize that I had had blood pressure problem my whole life. All through high school, all through college. I just had it and I just lived with it. And I didn't realize I was living a life of suffering. I didn't know that until I got on the meds and it brought it down to normal. The very first day I got down to normal, I felt like a different person. And I was like, I've never felt this way in my life before. What I did find out today was that for the last 20-something years of my life, I've actually been suffering. I didn't even know it. I always had this weird spacey feeling in my head, and I always felt like I was like hot all the time, and it was just like I would get dizzy a lot, and I was like, man, I think I've just been living with life-threatening blood pressure for a decade, 2 decades, and I'm surprised it hadn't killed me yet. And immediately went away. I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to be normal. I was completely like clear-headed, no fuzziness, no dizziness, no hotness. Now I get cold all the time. And I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and like cut Adderall out. I'm ADHD, but I'll figure out a way around it. Let me stop drinking coffee. So I don't do caffeine anymore. I don't do sugar anymore. Been doing green juice with iDoc. And dude, I turned my life around, exercising every other day as much as I can. Who does the rocket scooter chocolate factory get handed to? Upon my unfortunate demise, that is true. I'm certain the partners will probably bestow leadership responsibilities to Slacks until they can find a streamer to get online and do it. Those Arvin seasoned chips might not help. They probably don't help. That's like the one junk food I still eat. How do I manage my ADHD? That is the thing. I think it's because I'm hyper focused right now on the things that I really like. I've managed to find out that I'm only ADHD whenever it's like things that I'm not passionate about. But now, for whatever it's worth, I'm still very focused. I'm still very sharp. I realize I'm not as focused and sharp, though. I'm not as quick on my toes as I am with the drugs. Oh, the drugs make you like a superhero. But I still have the focus on trading and streaming. I do get very forgetful and can't multitask as well, but I just don't do that much extra stuff. I think I've delegated a lot of my responsibilities at Rocket Scooter outward so that people can help me with it. But dude, when I used to be on Adderall, I would be like multitasking machine. Build this tech company, build that company, fix the platform, build the marketplace, live stream all day, customer service, customer support, do my own trading. And I was like on fire, like 20 different things at once. I'm like, Adderall, yeah, let's go. Now it's like I can't do it without the medication. Clearly, it's too much to manage. I can't handle that much information. So I just delegate now. That helps. My code is not working on Funded Next. This code is Rocket on Funded Next. Mr. Kalahi, you try, but it's not working. Rocket should be working. Rocket, not Rocket Scooter. All right, looks like a little bit of selling pressure from Half Cap. Glad I got out of that trade while I could. What do you mean it's not working? Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you have to type in, there's affiliate. Hold on. There's referral code and coupon code. Put it in the coupon code section, Kalahi. Make sure that works. What is Cardio Miracle? Never heard of it. What is the best trade to funded? Right now it's Tradeify. Did it work, buddy? Okay, cool. Growth on Tradeify has consistency. It's 35%. Even on the eval? I'm not sure on the eval side. Let me double check. It doesn't say it on here, but I'm sure it's... I think it's both, but somebody who does it might be able to tell me. Yeah, Pat cut ties with Tradeify because of the J-Dun thing. $152K is how much I've made with Tradeify. On the balance. I'm still working to get them out as payouts. That's how much buffer I have in the accounts. Do I think Funded Next will have another no DLL special? I hope they do. That'd be nice. Funded Next is coming out with a straight to funded program on July the 1st. And they did tell me I'd get a really good discount for that release. So I'll let you guys know when they do. I'm enjoying Funded Next. I've already taken 10K worth of payouts from them. It's pretty quick. Where's my P&L? Oh, for today. Hold up. Sorry. I managed to turn. I was just trading 4 accounts today. I didn't trade all of them, but the ones that were on the screen earlier, I managed to finally turn them all green. Here's the amount. Yeah, I can see real quick. It wasn't on the screen, but here it is. There was I didn't touch these two. Those are already locked in, and I think those are the two. And then the ones on the screen, that was one was minus 13, one was minus. Actually, I think that these two I didn't touch. Essentially, I turned those two green. When I left earlier, it came back. They were both green, so we're good. Now, I only do A+ setups on my Funded Next. I only do A+ setups on my Funded. Bootcamp 20, yeah. Pat's issue with Tradeify is personal. He started a fight with J-Dun and Danny over my funded family. That caused, like, by basically calling them out because Danny was doing something. They thought Danny was doing something. The history of it is as follows. Okay, hold on. Pat does what he normally does, which is just call somebody out he doesn't like. And because of the pressure, Danny started trying to prove Pat wrong. And then Danny floundered by lying and making it worse for himself. Then Pat caught him out on that. Then it turned to a war. So basically, Pat poked at him. Danny tried to prove Pat wrong by lying to everybody. And then it exploded and Pat ripped him apart. During that time, Pat was getting like threats and death threats, and his girlfriend was getting threats and all that. And people were like sending a SWAT team to his house one time. It got pretty bad. And he was like, well, 2 and 2 together, it must be Danny, you know, because it's the only person that would do that right now. And then they were both flexing at each other online, like, I'll fight you. And then J-Dun was in there, like, they were all like threatening to fight each other. It got really crazy really quick. And then now Pat has this ability to utilize his influence to try to align people with his fights with whatever he's going on with. And so right now, with Tradeify pulling J-Dun on their stream, which again, I'm not gonna say anything bad left or right about anybody, but in the sense of Pat's perspective, that was Brett aligning with a scammer is what he's saying. And it's because they don't like each other. And then Pat kind of rallied the troops, because in reality, when you look back at it, I'm not supporting anybody in any of this, but Danny was the one that scammed and lied and cheated. I don't know anything about Jada or his performance and stuff, so I can't say one way or the other. But he was associated with Danny, and he did partner with Danny, which again was a stupid decision to begin with. Like, why you don't vet your own partners, I don't know. So just because when they started working together, he basically was like, you had to pick Jada or me kind of thing. That's basically what happened. Yeah, Brett is smart and informed. Sure, he had a reason. I don't know what his reason was, but like I said, it's in the sense of Brett's a prop firm and Jada ran a prop firm that partnered with the person that was lying, cheating, and scamming. It'd kind of be the same as Brett bringing on the fast track guy. It's, you know, I'm gonna say in general, I don't associate Jadon with the prop firm. And what happened with that? That was all Danny, I think. But the two of them hate each other, or Pat hates Jadon. And so anything Jadon touches, Pat is going to like reduce to ashes because of how deep that hatred goes. It doesn't matter what it is. Jadon could be eating a bag of chips and Pat will boycott the company. He does not like him. In his defense, that was some scary shit that he had coming his way. So whether he believes they were behind it or not, it got very personal very quick. That's why I don't get into beef with people, because they didn't get pretty personal and go overboard with it. You don't get how I trade? You have to come to the boot camp. I'll teach you. Yeah, there's nothing personal with Tradeify as a company or as a brokerage or as anything wrong with Tradeify at all. So you guys are in no fear of your business with Tradeify. Don't utilize that as a reason to not use Tradeify. Judge a prop firm, like I always tell people, on its own merits, not on the drama between people in it. If Brett's cheating or lying to people, that's different. He's not. If they're not paying people out and they're doing shady stuff, then that's one thing. This whole thing is Pat protesting against Jadon, and Tradeify is in the way of that. Tradeify didn't do anything other than bring him on the stream. So you guys have to use your own merits what you think that means. Do you think Brett is supporting scammers? I don't think that's the case. I think Brett has his own decision to make. Do you think Jadon's a scammer or not? That's up to you to decide. I don't have evidence either way. All I know is Tradeify's never done me wrong. And they're a good firm. Yeah. Also, you got to think, though. I mean, look. Let me explain something to you guys. In the prop firm world, when you're on salary with a prop firm and they're paying you to promote, to bring people to their firm, it's now a war against all the other prop firms. You guys want a little realness about it. Not all affiliate partnerships are the same. Pat's on the payroll of the funded pips people. If you think about it, there's a lot of any reason to cut ties with any other firm brings business to what you're getting paid to promote. Like salary paid, like big salary paid. And so you have to see through all the noise on the surface and know that there is a business decision underneath all of it. And it's to align his audience with funded ticks at the same time. He has a real reason to protest against Jada. I'm not saying that's a bad idea. You know, the funded family drama was pretty bad, and I agree with a lot of his stance on it. I don't think prop firms should support what they did or anything they do. But at the same time, it does kind of come with a, if we don't use Tradeify, let's use this other firm sort of thing. There also is some financial incentive as well. But he does have good motivation apart from that, because they did kind of like threaten him and stuff. But yeah, I can say like why Brett brought Jadon on there when it's so close and near to all the stuff that happened. Yeah, I don't know if that was the best decision. No, I would never go after Pat. Pat's cool. I mean, Pat and I are cool, so I actually, you know, no. I'm just saying, as in general, you have to think of it like this. You know, there's also, you know, when you're working for a prop firm, you obviously have incentive to support your partner and not support other people. It's any business decision as well. It's not a bad thing. I mean, there's also some edge to that. Why don't I visit him at the BDH? I just haven't had time to leave and go to Florida. I could go out there and I get some time to head out there. He said just have to schedule it with his peeps to get on the schedule. But yeah, so like we're not going to cut ties with Tradeify because of this. You know, this is not something that we get involved with. I judge a firm on the merits of their offerings as a firm. There's always going to be somebody in trading. Everyone's a fucking scammer in trading. Okay. There's very few people that are real. So when one person's partnering with someone and they're a scammer and this is a scammer and that's a scammer, and there's always going to be somebody that's blasting someone, hating somebody. This is the nature of finance. So what we're going to do is look at the numbers. If there's a firm not paying people out or being weird or banning people like Top One was doing, okay, then we'll take you know, note of that. Bum, 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 bum. I'll tell you guys, if I knew somebody was a scammer and I knew that a prop firm aligned with a scammer, I wouldn't support the prop firm. If I knew and I had direct evidence of a scam, then yes. Not speculation, but in the taste of, you know, having good judgment call, I wouldn't support a prop firm if they didn't vet people, right? And again, I'm in the camp of I don't believe that Jadon's a scammer. I don't know if he's honest or dishonest. I don't know. I'm in the agnostic camp. Like I have no evidence one way or the other. I feel like I hear somebody. Hold on. Hello? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I heard something out here. I thought. Yeah. There you go. Do I not like Tori trades? Well, I don't think she's really trading. Not like I don't like her. I just don't think she's really trading. I personally don't like when people pretend to trade and then sell like shit. Yeah. Starting a prop firm and pushing it hard to the people who pay you for signals in Discord. I would, that is definitely true. That was a conflict of interest. And I even told, when I talked to them, I said, that's a bad idea. Actually, when I talked to Jada, I said, the one thing, you guys shouldn't be doing is having a prop firm in a Discord at the same time. We had this whole conversation about it being a conflict of interest. And, you know, the prop firm's goal is to fail the traders. As a business, you couldn't simultaneously be giving people signals, even though it wasn't like a deliberate scheme to do so. It just was like they just weren't really being smart. And it's just they had a lapse of silliness, like dumbness, I guess, and planning. They didn't sit down and think this through. He clearly did want to have a Discord that helps people learn trading. And all trading prop firms do have Discords after all. And all trading Discords do have people in there that also, you know, talk to traders and help traders. They're not really deliberately trying to fail traders at a prop firm. That's just the nature of the business. Traders do fail. So it's kind of like the casino teaching gambling lessons, like take a class at the casino, learn how to play blackjack. Some could argue that that's actually okay, but I think that when you're giving people signals like buy here, sell here, even though one could say you can direct traders to lose on purpose, clearly that's not what anybody was trying to do. But in a conflict of interest sense, you shouldn't be doing both. You can teach trading and teach people trading and have educational content in the prop firm's purview, right? Like I am in Elite Trader Funding's Discord promoting my stream. Would that be a conflict of interest? So you have to kind of like, where would you draw the line? And I actually draw the line not at providing educational material as a prop firm, but as anybody with partnership or ownership interest in a prop firm, directing people where to buy and sell. Buy here, sell here. We made money here. We did this here. Like you're directing traders. I would draw the line there. That's how I feel. Bum, 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 bum. Tori Trade says verified broker statements. She makes like 5 trades a year. That's what she says. It's like swing trading every once in a while. And I haven't seen any evidence of like rock solid day trading with stats, with percentages, with probabilities. I mean, with win rates and all that. I think once a year she'll post one document that says this is like her trades she made or whatever in one account. I rather would learn from somebody who's transparently day trading and showing you what they do. She just trades just enough to draw a following. And then sells stuff. But I think trendline strategy is actually no, I don't. No. No. But you had a question yesterday, the lost power. Do I use cable, DSL, or T1 for my trading? Yeah, I do. Why do you ask? I use a I have like a fiber connection. And there's just a lot of trading influencers out there that have a camera on them that really don't deserve to be teaching stuff because they're not really trading themselves. I feel like if you're going to be a trader teaching or leading people, you should have like the right amount of experience. Just like if you were a doctor teaching people surgery, you probably should have been practicing as a surgeon for like many years. Just because you make a trade once a year doesn't really mean you're skilled enough to teach people. But yeah, you guys, like I said, listen to everything out there with a grain of salt. Don't try to buy into drama or problems with people. You know, we're going to try to get through and look at the numbers of anything only. There's no toxic thing with Tradeify. You know, Pat is protesting Brett's decision to incorporate JDON into a live stream. That really says nothing about Tradeify as a business. It's just a judgment call of Brett. So it's Up to you to decide whether you support that or not. You know, Pat's obviously not working with them anymore. We still are. You know, we don't kind of work that way. Like on our end, if the prop firm starts doing terrible things to you guys, then that's where we protest. You know, everybody's show, you know, guest on a show was different. Like if he were to hire Jay Dunn, okay, that'd be different, right? A guest spot on a show one time, I don't think is a capital offense. You know, when all these trading shows are trying to bring guests on just to expand their business. So I would say that you guys, you know, use your own judgment call on this. But we're not joining a fight or a boycott or anything like that because of that. It's not our fight, so we're not really getting in the middle of it. Yeah. Why bring a known scammer on? Well, here's the thing, right? Is he a known scammer? What kind of scam did he do? That's what I don't know. And I'm going to tell you, every fucking trading show on every fucking channel in 99% of your discords and traders and are all scammers. This is the world where everyone's a fucking scammer. Very few people are not scammers. 9 out of 10 people you will watch are scammers, have scammed somebody at some point. Pick and choose where you draw the line, right? On YouTube, 9 out of 10 YouTubers are scammers. They don't make profit. They pretend they do. They don't. It's kind of life, right? Yeah, even my funded puts that rocket scooter guy on their show. He's awful. That's the way I think about it. Is in the opinion of like what evidence I have, I don't have evidence that he's a scammer. I have evidence that Danny's a scammer. Yeah, Danny lied. But I'm not, I don't know one way or the other. So I don't have any evidence. You guys can show me evidence. I'll take a look at it. Little end of the day MOC pop here. Yeah, I don't think the market, what did I say the daily candle was going to look like today? But I mean, you know, I do support Pat's desire to essentially make sure that people are operating cleanly and following the rules and not scamming people. I agree with that desire to, you know, fight for good to people. Look, I said we were going to close just like that. Tiny little green. Ooh, yeah. If we don't exist, who we learn from the business? Yeah, true. That's a good question. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Boot camp starts in a minute. Everybody head over to the Discord, and we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good day.